Whether you're a gamer or not, my guess is you lose your kids to their consoles on a regular basis. I'm Frankie Ward, and I'm a great believer in the philosophy that if you can't drag them away, join them, team up, and take on the world. The following games are all games you can play as a family, and that's something that's really key, joining in with your kids and having fun. And they can be played on PlayStation 4, on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and PC in some form or other. And they've all been rated PEGI 3, so they're definitely suitable for kids of all ages. This year I've been salivating in anticipation for the sequel to one of my favourite multiplayer games of all time, Overcooked 2. Overcooked 2's premise, like its predecessor, is deceptively simple. You grab some family and friends and team up to fry, to chop, to boil ingredients, serving up dinners for off-screen diners according to what they've ordered. However, the fun really starts as you progress through the game. You take on levels in hot air balloons, which are rolling around and sometimes crash out of the air. You have to move counters around yourself, or you end up in a Harry Potter-like world where things keep warping out of nowhere. At the end of each level, you're rated out of 3 stars. And you need to get 1 star to move on to that next level. You can play Overcooked 2 as a team, or you can play in versus mode if you're feeling particularly evil and you need to decide who has to do the washing up. And that's the key to playing the game effectively. You need to choose who does which task, whether that's preparing buns on plates for burgers or chopping lettuce to go alongside them. If you argue, you won't get those 3 stars and you won't beat the rival team. You have to work together, communicating who's doing what, delegating tasks, and planning ahead. Overcooked 2 does have an online multiplayer option, but there's no voice chat enabled, and the only way to communicate with other players, apart from throwing them items to chop, is to use the emotes at the end of each round. So in summary, I would absolutely recommend Overcooked 2 for being a fantastic party game, and to be honest, for being amazing at dinner parties. Just do not do what I did once and fall asleep on kitchen duty with a glass of red wine in hand. Your friends will not be impressed. If you're worried about kids being active, especially on a rainy day, this next game is the one for you and your family. You're probably no stranger to it, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway because it's one of my favourites, and it is the Just Dance series. As well as being playable on Switch, on Xbox One and PS4, another version of the game called Just Dance Now is available on PC, and you can also play it on Wii, Wii U, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. All you need is a mobile device or your camera that's compatible with your console, or your remote if you're playing on a Nintendo console. Moves in Just Dance 2018 are rated from 1 star all the way up to the equivalent of 7 stars, which is called Mega Star in the game. It's quite simple, just follow the moves that you see on screen. Songs in the 2018 edition range from cult classics like Footloose through to chart toppers from the likes of Ariana Grande and Bruno Mars. There's also Just Dance Kids included in the game, which features a range of child-friendly songs and dances. All songs have been checked through and censored if there's any risque words or material, so you don't need to worry about young children hearing things that they shouldn't. Just Dance is absolutely at its best when it's played as a group. And if you get bored of the songs on 2018, you can also invest in a Just Dance Unlimited subscription for a month, 3 months, or a year, which will give you access to songs like Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears and the Tetris theme songs for geeks like me, which really has to be seen to be believed and requires 4 players to complete effectively. Just Dance really is a fantastic way to get your kids moving with the gamification of the point system. So they're hopefully going to keep wanting to play and play until they master those routines and get those mega stars. Another great thing about Just Dance is it has an online mode called World Dance Floor, where you get to compete with other players from around the world. But there's no voice comms involved and no personal data is shared apart from the username you use in-game. And the best dancers even get invited to the World Championships. So that's definitely something for you and your kids to aim for if you're interested in taking it all the way to the top. What do you get when you cross football pitches and football-style goals with weird gravity and massive exploding balls? A huge international hit called Rocket League. Rocket League can be played with a variety of different lineups, from 1v1 through to teams of 2, 3 or 4. You can play with local multiplayer or you can go online, but don't panic though, because most players choose not to use voice chat and it's very easily turned off. And the goal of the game is very simple indeed. Simply score more goals than the other team. Matches last 5 minutes, but the match will go into automatic overtime and the first goal wins. Playing Rocket League is great for your child for a number of reasons, from increasing their hand-eye coordination to teaching them team-based skills. They need to decide whether they should keep the ball to themselves and dribble nose to bumper, or whether they should pass it to their teammates to set up the best chances of getting those goals. Rocket League costs a very purse-friendly £15, although it's often on offer for even less. However, it does have to make more money somehow, and there are in-game cosmetic items to purchase. And they range from about £1.50 upwards. So make sure if you do purchase any items for your child to use in-game, that your credit card details are not stored on their device. So there you have it, multiplayer picks that involve cooking, dancing and football. Essentially real life skills, but even more fun in gameplay mode, even if I do say so myself. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please do like it, subscribe to the channel, and of course leave us a comment below. We'd love to know what you think and if you've got any multiplayer kid-friendly recommendations.